Local government?
Yes.
We are the government.
Yes.
You see, any work, infrastructure work I take care in a Jamaica, with a Portland, right down to Westmoreland and Negril, a Jamaica Labour Party. The Jamaica Labour Party government. And so let me tell you something. When the Labour Party government, and when you land in my chest, and we can say this road is being built by Labour. Where we coming to? One of the newest road with the Jamaica Labour Party, because of prudent fiscal money management, the Jamaica Labour Party is able to do what the opposition know. When they were there, they couldn't do it. They couldn't do it. And so, when they are over there, they will ask us.
Not the cry baby who was crying when crime was getting out of control. Who would you prefer to choose? When you look at our Honorable Prime Minister, Andrew Holness, and you look at the British citizen, who would you prefer to choose? So I'm saying to you, we are going to choose Jamaica. And I invite to address you now. The man who let Jamaicans understand the importance of local government.
Everything we them take we have to bring it back. Like how them take we look for preferential rate from NXT, from the teacher, the police, them we have to bring it back. Everything we them take we have to bring it back. Richard and Zach, my brother and friend, big up yourself in the crowd here. Hear the man, hear the man. But comments, I'm told that these comments have been waiting for a long time. And so, we don't want to keep them too long, but we want to give them a treat for their patience. And so we want you to keep it short and spicy and get to the point. We don't want nobody. We slowly, and like them a molasses in a big parliament. We want somebody with active. And I want to bring to you now to bring you greetings. Your next member of parliament for the PNP constituency of North-East St.eliz. Take one over the Princess St.eliz.
When blood clot only see the same man to ras.
As your next member of parliament, that Elim must get a factory. I am here to tell you. That you, the people of Northeastern St. Elizabeth, will get a better life under the People's National Party.
Poets, I want to big up to the original youngster for life, the councillor out of the Base River Division, Comrade Barrow.
About 20% of my voice left. But I don't need too much voice to send this simple important. You know what 5 years under the wrong side as an MP feel like. So I want everybody from Aberdeen to Abrahams, from Burn Savannah to Goshen, and from Blaze River to Roses Valley. Remember these 2 words for election day. One jest. One jest. One jest is all we need. One is always our coverage. Respect that.
and one of the best lists of achievement going into the next election. I won't even talk about the unemployment rate because you know it is lowest. I won't even talk about the crime rate because it is the lowest on record. Those things are things that are not disputable, undeniable. Records are there to confirm. And when you look now by Burn Savannah Primary School, multi-million-dollar infrastructure taking place down there. When you look at my Leeds Primary, my alma mater, the other day they caught fire. And within days, the minister was there. And within a couple of weeks, $37 million being spent at the Leeds Primary School by the Sharika Labour Party. We have so much that we have to go talk for the entire night, but I can't live out Aberdeen High School. Aberdeen High School have new block coming up, brand new block coming up. Brand new department for the teachers coming up. Brand new IT department coming up. Sports facility coming up. The achievements are so numerous. But I just want to say, baby, right? When I hear some people, some strangers coming and talk about, we're not MP yet. When we're MP, we're going to do this. When we're MP, we're going to do that. And when we win, we're going to do that. So they have another way to talk about. So come from but I leave it right here. When I talk about sports, MP Slowly is the man that revived sports when he came as caretaker. Football, cricket, MP Slowly that. But I can't believe MP Slowly is sponsor. Movie, MP Slowly, Purple, MP Slowly, Pepper, MP Slowly. Please, when you know about something good, you're risking a lot if you're going to consider to change it for what you know about. Because as far as I know, that person, we don't know anything about that person. That person, the only thing that we know is that she had the record to be beaten by one of the oldest members of parliament, and I will leave it with that. Show me about right. Yes, I know. Thank you.
You heard the man himself. You have a lot of information to go out there with. And it is simple when the time comes who we are going to choose. When you look at the Jamaican Labour Party, the candidates and our hard-working ministers of government. When you look at Desmond Mackenzie and Natalie Nita Headley, who you want to be the Minister of Local Government. Desmond Mackenzie, the best local government we have ever seen. Minister.
St.eliz. Comrade Party Leader, I am here to declare to you tonight that Northeastern St.eliz will be in the winning column of the People's National Party. Message to you tonight is simply that everybody deserves to have a decent life. And when I say to you that everybody deserves a decent life, I mean that everybody deserves to have running water in them pipe. I mean that everybody deserves to have a roof over them head. When I say to you that everybody deserves a decent life, when I say to you that everybody deserves a decent life, I mean that you deserve good roads. I mean come for Southampton to have water. Time come. We get water. Time come for Balaclava Division, Brace River Division to finally get a slice of the pie. We deserve to have water in our pipes. So comrades, I want to say this to you because we're getting down to the wire. We are only a few days away from the next election. And all of a sudden we know so them are come with the usual thing. Them are going to try to buy it because them can't beat with fear and swear. But I am here to say to you, that we, the comrades, the supporters, the well-wishers of Northeastern St. Elizabeth, we are not for sale. So comrades, let us not forget that it is this government that thief with 557 bags of fertilizer. Let us not forget that it is this JLP government that issue 150 black tank to them workers and laborites, but nothing for you, the people of Northeastern St. Elizabeth. Comrades, we have a road in Lambert Road where Don Pagan struggle and fight.
From this morning. And I want to tell you something. Knowing what this constituency was like, the thought of coming into this constituency in years gone by make you shiver. Because it was so much a PNP place that even the PNP themselves felt afraid. But there has been a wind of change that have blown through this constituency that has given the people hope, that have restored your pride, your dignity, and your respect. For 31 years, they ignored you. They treated you as if you never existed. The only thing that they think about you as are puppets, pawns. And so when election come, you run out and vote for them with little or no return. And I ask myself the question, how can a constituency such as this suffer the indignity and lack of proper representation? Because since 1944, they have controlled this constituency longer than everybody else. And you took a decision in 2020, despite the odds, and the people supported Delroy Sloan. And when I listen to
ago, I got the impression that here is a man who has been there longer than me. Because he spoke about the many achievements, the things that he has been able to accomplish in less than 5 years as your member of parliament. One of the things that not just labor rights today have said to me, that one of the tactics that they're using is that those PNP councillors that are in the constituency, and I want to listen to me, mischief. Hello, miss. Keep spreading mischief and telling lies that the MP now give them no money, and that me now give them no money to fix road. Let me respond to the MP. The MP is elected to serve the entire constituency. And the MP's allocation is for the MP, for the member of parliament to spend to improve conditions right across the constituency. Each councillor don't have to depend on MP for money, because every councillor, the 228 of them, both GLP and PNP, gets a monthly allocation. Hold on. They get money, monthly money, every month. The councillors get an allocation from the parochial revenue fund for the repair and maintenance of roads in each municipality across the country. So when the councillor tell the people so them now get no money from the ministerial local government, I lie, them lie. And as I said to the MP, and as I told you when we were in silo, I am going to provide a list of the allocations that have been made, especially to that councillor who keep telling people that him now get no money to fix road. I am going to give it to the MP so that the people can say that they are mischief makers. They can't campaign against him on performance. So what they want to do? To distort the facts and to tell people that that is not being done. The little that I know about him is that every time he makes representation, you see the benefits of those representations. Balaclava have been crying out for decades for a fire station. And everybody shut their mouth. Nobody never take it up. Everybody afraid to talk. And when I have discussions with the MP about Balaclava, and I spoke with the officers of the Jamaica Fire Brigade, they said to me, Minister, the closest response if there's a fire in Balaclava is Mandeville. Or Santa Cruz. Look at the distance. And another visit up there with the MP. We look at a number of locations to put a fire station in Balaclava. We look at the post office. The post office was inadequate. And then we went further down the road and engaged a private citizen. And following extensive negotiations, because I had to have the facts, so when I come I can tell you something that is true. I'm not telling you this because of elections, because under Andrew Holness administration we have built more brand new fire stations and repaired more fire stations than the PNP entire government has done since 1944. And we have now almost concluded the arrangements to purchase the premises to erect a brand new fire station in Balaclava. But don't let them tell you that I said before. Yes, I made the announcement. But we're not like them. We're not going to make an announcement and just run go do something without first putting in place the requisite details that is required. Because them same one, if we don't do it the right way, we write and call and say all sort of things fishy. So the process is well advanced. And I am sure that this man who is your member of parliament will be there when that brand new fire station in Balaclava is completed for the benefit of the people.
Under my administration, which will be led by Mark Jefferson Golden, I am here to commit that as your next member of parliament, running water go in your pipe. I am here to commit that your garbage will be collected, because me notice from me tell him say me I want girl with me face can't go on garbage truck. If nobody roll out the garbage truck again. I am committing to you that northeastern St. Elizabeth will get a decent life. The people of northeastern St. Elizabeth will have a member of parliament who will make sure that we have employment for our people right here so in the northeast. Our people will have access to the various enterprises, and I'm telling you tonight, Santa Cruz must get a BPO facility.
Babylon throne gone down for sure. Comrades, I want to say something to you now.
The simple fact that they can't call it shows that their numbers are not looking good for them. If you ask certain DJ, they would say, them coward like that. Now, if it's one thing you should always remember, Labour right never ever like education. From the time when them say education can't yam, till when them say they never see scholarship, they only see sugarship. They have never liked education. And I studied to understand that the reason they hate education is because if the people are educated, Labour right can never win in this country. The latest that we see is the proposal in response to Mark Holding's proposal for a rural transportation mechanism. They come to say them have a rural school bus. Now I don't know why them send Darrell Bars count and Darrell Bars can't come past 10 without making checks. So I want to know why them selling to come to 600,000. I realize that maybe they want him to kill himself because the more he reach, then he might be licking chest. Like I reach 600,000 must stay there. Like John Wick. Darrell in 2 years, his rural bus system will move 650,000 children. The total number of children in primary and high school is 400,070. So where Darrell got to get the next 200,000 children? That is all them lie like you. He then says that 100 bus going to move 360,000 people. 100 bus have 4,800 seats. So you tell me which bus can make 63 trips between 6 a.m. and 8 a.m. That is all you lie like true. For what reason? We say we will go to the principals and to the guidance counselors and ask them who is having difficulty coming to school. Once we get that list, we will send our social workers to find out the reason why they have difficulty coming to school. And if the reason is transportation, we're going to look at which category of transportation is the problem. The first category is availability of transport, and the second category is the affordability of transport. Look how much places you find it difficult to taxi in a road come up here because it's a farming community. So those who have availability problems, we will contract the private sector providers to make sure we subsidize that trip, that they can make the trip into the interlands and come out back so people can reach us. That means that the money is going in the pockets of the private sector like the taximen, but they want the money to go in the pockets of the politicians, so they create another system that they can rob and thief and say that the gas is. Yes, sir. The People's National Party. No justice for David. Yeah.
Current Chairman, General Secretary of the People's National Party, Dr. Leighton Campbell. All of the comrades in the audience, leadership of the party, officers, candidates, PNP River come down, bank for bank in a Santa Cruz. Comrades, we've had 2 days on the road, touring several parishes all across Jamaica. The vibe of the people has been fantastic, full of energy, looking for change, excited about the programs of the People's National Party and what we plan to deliver for Jamaica. And I'm very proud of our people who are on the tour because we've made numerous stops and spoke to the people. And I never heard one word of profanity, one dirty bad word. None of them was called from our platform because we are behaving in a decent manner and we want a decent campaign. And I say to all our candidates, let's keep it up and keep it that way, clean and nice, because the people appreciate it. Comrades, we have a program, a progressive program to support the needs of the Jamaican people. Whether the infrastructure, where our priority will be water, the delivery of water to the people, and internal roads, which are in such a deplorable condition due to 10 years of neglect by the Jamaican Labour Party government. Whether the agriculture, we are going to establish the Agricultural Development Fund. We are going to fund it from a portion of the taxes on imported food. And we're going to make those resources available to the farmers of this country so that they can get access to credit, access to finance through the PC banks. They can get better farm roads. They can get storage facilities so they don't lose so much of the crop after they can't sell it because of whatever reason to do with the price or whatever. They can go into storage. We want to build Jamaica's agricultural industry because we are in the era of climate change and food insecurity, and we can't rely on any other country to feed us. Jamaica must stand proud and feed itself. We have the best farmers, we have the best crops. We can do it, comrades. We just need good policy under a good government.
Am I surprised? Let me give you a brief history. How about this PNP party is? Everybody hear about the Sandy Gully in Kingston. When Sir Alexander Bustamante in the 60s decided that, look, we went through the 51 hurricane and there is no way Kingston and its environs can survive without a proper drainage system to run the water. Sir Alexander Bustamante announced the construction of the Sandy Gully. And the PNP, led by Norman Manley, criticized the government of the day, called the government gully government, so we are waste money to build a gully. Well, let me tell you something. If it wasn't for the vision of a gully government in the 60s, Kingston would not exist today. The PNP opposed to a major infrastructure. Ask them how much gully they build. After that, none. Let us go to the National Insurance Scheme. When A.G. Newland decided to come up with the concept of the National Insurance Scheme, and they announced that this is going to come to provide benefits for persons after you work and you retire. There is something that you can save and get back. And when the Labour Party announced it, them say, how wicked we wicked. Not no go so. It can't work. They stage massive demonstrations across the country. And they call NIS sin. Labour rights, Jamaicans, today, the National Insurance Scheme is one of the largest and the best social policies that has ever been introduced by any government in the English-speaking area. You hear them talking about how much they revere Marcus Garvey. And how they tell you that Marcus Garvey this and Marcus Garvey that. Ask them who persecuted and prosecuted Marcus Garvey and run Marcus Garvey out of Jamaica. These people have nothing about them. They have no conscience. They are cold and heartless. All that is in their minds is power. And you want to tell me that instead of supporting something which will benefit our children, encourage us, they go on platform, the man who wants to be prime minister, talk about 100 old bus. And what you're going to do is to give money, subsidy to people with Pro Box and X Box and Y Box and B Box. And you're going to give them the money to transport the children like a goat. I wonder if he has done a survey. If the buses are old, I wonder if him do a survey to find out how old a lot of the Pro Box and the other vehicles that he's talking about. But that is not bad. The man who wants to be the Minister of National Security, talking about people are going on the bus, them about dead. How can you be so cold and heartless and wicked? But labor rights, you know what is strange? 3 of them come out and talk about it. 2 has come out openly and say no. But you listen to Michael Phillips. Him not saying that it is not good, but him say it have been worked out a different way. How can you trust those people? 3 senior PNP giving 2 different views on the track. Well, guys, let me tell you something. I am hoping the people of Jamaica will send a message to these wicked, unconscionable, grudgeful, envious, selfish, a bad mind. And what is sad about it? What is sad about it? Not one of them picnic ever take a public passenger transport to their school. They are chauffeur driven. And now the government understand and is giving a response to the crisis. When I listen to the news, to hear the amount of students that have died in a vehicle accident. My God, can't your conscience speak to you just for a second and say, one life saved is a life worthy of saving? And these are the same people that is coming to tell you that time come to destroy the future of this country by putting our school children in a trunk of motor vehicle and top of car and make all sort of abuse reach them. And you want Jamaican people to come out and vote for you and support you? How in the name of God can these people go to bed and put them head down with a clear conscience and say, I want to be leaders of the country? Everything that this government has done, and I'm not saying that as a government we have done all the things in the way that a lot of people want it to be done. But there is no government in the world that is perfect. Government will make mistakes. And we are not saying that you're a perfect government, but we are far, far superior, better than those who want to replace us. And we have been able to do things Why were we able to find this money to buy these buses? It's because of how we manage the economy of the country. Crime is down 41%. Instead of celebrating, they criticize the reduction in crime. They criticize that people's lives are being saved, that the guns not firing the way they want the guns to be. Come on. How can you love Jamaica? How can you tell people that time come when you're not demonstrating the maturity that is required to take this country into the next step forward? PNP can't manage Jamaica. They have never chosen Jamaica. They choose PNP over Jamaica. And that is why they used to talk about Jamaica is PNP country. Back where that the man they done. But they were right. All the nice talk. And you jump up and you ring the bell and I say shower. That don't win the election. Because if you notice, they are hungry for power. They will do anything to get power. And that means you have to become laser focused on the job or work that you have to do. You have to ensure those of you who get the PD to work that the canvas is done properly. Those of you having respective assignments, make sure you put everything in it to ensure that Delroy slowly is returned as your member of Parliament.
The basic school. Ever blind like when I was in the womb. Small minds cannot solve big problems. The education system has deteriorated. I mean, I'm finished because the boss of a company, let me say this. When you want to know, when Favor did a move, go to the Ministry of Finance. Because when she was at the Ministry of Education, she could what she did and she did what she could, but nothing wasn't good about it. But the only question I ask the Labour Rights, if by any chance you think you will win the next election, think again, because the people have asked me what can go so.
Damian told you about the right program and he's flashed it out. We also are intending to provide meals in schools for all needy children. 55% of Jamaicans, 55 out of every 100 Jamaicans, the United Nations Food and Agriculture Organization has said are suffering from food insecurity. What that mean? That means they're not getting good food to eat or enough food to eat. That's why we have so much people with sugar, so much people with pressure, so much stroke. That is why we have to ensure that our children going to school are properly nourished. And many families struggle to find lunch money for the children. So the next People's National Party is going to guarantee that all needy children will get at least one hot, nutritious meal a day at school, primary and secondary. It's going to cost us $9 billion a year extra. But I love that because that money is going to be spent among our farmers because they'll be the ones supplying the food to feed the children. So we're solving several problems at once. We're empowering our farmers and giving them more business, and we're supporting our families and our school children with proper nutrition. That is good policy. That is how to develop a country. That is the PNP way. And we have the First in Family program, an idea of Damian Crawford who was on the stage just a while ago. Any household, family where they have somebody who qualifies for university or college. If they have been, nobody from that family has gone to university or college before, and they will be the first, but they can't afford it. The PNP government will give them a full scholarship to go to university or college so that they can improve their lives and help their families move up in life as well. PNP that. We plan to build 50,000 affordable houses over the next 5 years. Every constituency will get at least 500 of those affordable houses, including Northeast, St.eliz. And we are going to look for public lands, and we've already started to do that, to identify public lands that can be used for housing, lands that are not suitable for agriculture. And we're going to make them available to the agencies in the state that deal with housing. And when we sell those houses to people, we will not include the value of the land in the price of the house. Because we feel that it is only right that having taken all this money out of the NHT, which was the people's money, we must give them back something. So we're giving them back the land in the value of the house without paying it. They don't have to pay for that. So when you buy one of those houses, you're getting $2 to $3 million of additional value that you don't have to pay for, and that is going to make you wealthier than you were before. That is the thinking of the People's National Party. Deal with first-time buyers. Young people are struggling to get on a housing ownership ladder. We have the special deposit program, $1 billion a year, using money within the NHT. Anyone up to 35 who's been a contributor to the NHT for at least 2 years, if they're buying their first home, they will get a grant, money they don't have to pay back, $500,000 to help pay down on a house and join the ownership ladder. We believe in young people. We want to give them a start in life. And for those people who are informally employed and they don't have a pay slip every fortnight or every month, that means they can't prove their income and can't qualify for a mortgage. We have the rent-to-own scheme to deal with that. They can go into the house as a tenant, pay the rent, which would be equivalent to the mortgage, and if they make their payments on a regular basis for first 6 months, we will say that is proof of income. You can borrow the money, draw down the loan, buy the house, and move from a tenant to being an owner and have your owner door key and your piece of the rock. Yeah man, and that's the PNP I deal with. We're going to establish a $1 billion fund to support those of us who are in the creative industries and cultural industries, our entertainers, our artists, our craftsmen. You will be able to access that $1 billion fund to buy equipment or whatever it is you need to do to get yourself forward in the entertainment industry. Because we recognize the brilliance of Jamaicans as entertainers, and our brand Jamaica is powerful all over the world, built by men like Bob Marley, Peter Tosh and Buddy Wheeler from my constituency, Trenchtown, and so many other great artists and many other brilliant artists and so on. Jamaican food is respected all over the world. There's so much potential in our culture. We need to support the cultural and creative industries. And for persons with disabilities, we have a fund for you because we were the ones under the PNP that signed the UN Convention for the Rights of Persons with Disabilities. And we were the ones who introduced that into Jamaican law by passing the Disabilities Act. And we now want to support persons with disabilities with a fund of $1 billion to help them get access to what they need to be productive citizens and fully included in every aspect of our society. I grew up with persons with disabilities. My father was the first orthopedic surgeon in Jamaica. And when there was a polio epidemic in the 1950s, he started the polio center, which became the Mona Rehabilitation Center. And when he died in 1996, PJ Patterson blessed up my family and said he's going to call the center after my father, the Sir John Golding Rehabilitation Center for persons with disabilities, the only one of its kind in the English-speaking Caribbean. So my family has a commitment to persons with disabilities, and we want to make life better for them so that they can live in dignity and have full excellence. We believe in social justice. That is why when I was Minister of Justice and the youth Marianne got killed in jail. I felt so badly about it. I had to accelerate the program that we were already working on to decriminalize ganja in Jamaica. So no police can harass you over a spliff tail or a blow weed or a chalice. Nothing like that. And everybody can do what they want to do as long as it's personal use. And we established a new industry of medical and therapeutic ganja. But the Labour Rights won the election in 2016 and they never knew what to do with it, and they never love it, and they never deal with it right. So it hasn't gone the way it should have gone. The next PNP government will set it right, and all ganja farmers will have a new deal under the People's National Party, who wants it to be part of the formal economy. They want it to be part of building Jamaica, because you build the brand of Jamaica around the world. But to start the work, we have to win the next general election. And it's you who will guarantee that for us. And I need this sister in here, Comrade Zolika Jess, beside me in a garden house, brilliant female. And I'm asking you to do the right thing and put the X beside the head of Zolika Jess from election day. Whenever I'm going to call it, or the floor party coming free, when the Constitution call it, we want Zolika Jess back in Parliament representing Northeast St.eliz. Comrades, you look good. Are you ready? Are you ready for the Zolika Jess? Are you ready for the People's National Party? Are you ready for Ivan Marketing to be the next Prime Minister? You look like you're ready. You sound like you're ready. You feel like you're ready. I know you're ready. Comrades, when I ask you what time it is, I want you to tell me, time come. What time is it? What time is it? What time is it? Comrades, power to the people. The word is love. Victory is assured. Do the work. Do the right thing. And life will be there.
Because we are Jamaicans. We choose Jamaica. Because... No. We choose Jamaica. Because we have nowhere to go. Jamaica is the land of our birth. I heard you as I thank you, Lord, for your mercies never fail. Your mercies can't fail us in this country. Because we choose Jamaica. We choose to walk on that path of prosperity, on that path of peace, on that path of victory. On the we're on the right. For goodness. Oh! know where Andrew Holness is from. We know where Andrew Holness is going because we have already seen his vision for Jamaica. I don't see the vision. What I see is a man with a chain around a man's neck. That is the vision that he has for Jamaica, to put us back in chains. And let me say this again. Jamaica should never allow the PNP, never, ever, ever again, to see power in this country. Because all of the gains that we have made, they will wipe that out. The next PNP government, if it happens, will take Jamaica back to the days of dinosaurs. We have gone too far. The International Monetary Fund the other day, at its meeting, spoke glowingly about the Jamaican economy. And they said to the countries of the world, look at Jamaica, use the Jamaican model. It's not Bagamout that has brought us there. It's action by a government that cares and understands what it means to manage the affair of Jamaica. You know how I felt proud a couple of weeks ago? I sat in the national arena and hear the commissioner of police from a foreign country telling the world that Jamaica is the envy of every other Caribbean country because of what we are doing in our fight against crime. And the man said, it's not just the fight against crime, but it is the financial backing that the police and the military is getting into the crime. Ask them how much them spend on equipping the police, equipping the army. They can't tell you. They criticize our road program. When they have to go to school, we know the problems they face coming home. We know what happened to them when they're in the taxi. Man a rub upon them, woman a rub upon them. They walk the trunk and put them in the trunk for sit down. They treat our school children as animals because the fear is not substantial enough. And I must credit those taxi drivers and minibus operators who run a decent and clean system. Not all of them is bad. And you have to give credit to those who continue to uplift the trade. But every day you speak to parents in rural Jamaica, the cry is after 9 o'clock and the picnic can't reach home yet. By the time they reach home, it's just time for them to get up to get ready to go to school. And it creates a drain on their young minds. And what this government has done, instead of talking about it, the minister decided to introduce a system of getting buses where we reconfigure the buses. Now, these buses that come in from the United States of America, they have one of the best school bus systems in the world in the US. Their buses are safe. The buses are governed. And we decided to get some of these buses and to retrofit them, fix them up, and put them into the transportation system in rural Jamaica to provide relief to rural school picnic and the parents to get the children to school. And my God, instead of, you can raise your concerns. You could have said, well, at least you could have buy 5 new buses. But instead of coming together with the government, because this is not a political issue. We're talking about the future of our children. We're talking about their safety. We're protecting an investment that is going to develop our country over years to come. But what they do? Every time this country take one step forward, the PNP is pulling you back 4 steps backward.